Please be seated, everybody, and welcome to Edinburgh Napier University's Summer 2025 graduations. There's a real buzz in the room today, and I'm delighted to declare this ceremony open. As I listened to the wonderful film that was played a few minutes ago, I could sense the anticipation in the room, the excitement, the pride, as we gather together to celebrate your achievements. It's a buzz I remember from my own graduation. And as Chancellor standing here today, I want to assure you that the life you have ahead of you will be just as exciting. And it will be all the better for having got the awards you're going to receive today. In my day-to-day life, I've been on the board of a variety of companies' institutions, such as the Royal Air Force. And of each of them, I've sought out those who've studied at Edinburgh Napier, those that once sat in the seats you're sitting in now. And I can tell you, I've been hugely impressed by the positive conversations I've had. I'm talking about graduates working at the Scottish Event Campus and the Hydro beside the Clyde in Glasgow, or graduates at Clyde Space, which is a Scottish-based space technology company, and indeed at the Royal Air Force itself, where I was involved in setting up Space Command. And working here in Edinburgh at Craneware PLC, which develops software for the US healthcare industry. Without fail, all of these Edinburgh Napier alumni have spoken warmly and positively of their time at this university and the employment opportunities their degrees have given them. They tell me that when they go for job interviews, their degree carries some weight and is highly respected. But that's all for the future. Let us live in the moment. So please enjoy today and the celebrations with your family, your friends, and those who love you. And take time to reflect on everyone who's supported you on your journey to today. I would now like to invite the ENSA President, Evans Egan, to give his address. Thank you.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the court, academic board, graduates, and distinguished guests, good morning to you all. It's both an honor and a genuine privilege to stand before you once again to deliver the votes of thanks on behalf of everyone gathered here today. I'm sincerely humbled and grateful to have been entrusted with a second term as ENSA President. In this renewed role, I take great pride in joining you to mark and celebrate this significant milestone. But today is not about me, it's about you. Today is more than a celebration of academic achievement. It's a tribute to the resilience, courage, and quiet determination it has taken to reach this far. From the endless assessment, exams, and the struggle of reducing a Turnitin similarity score from 50 to 15, we see you. These qualities remind me of a powerful reflection on what it means to dare greatly, a thought I'll return to shortly. But first, let us pause to honor the remarkable community whose support has made this journey unforgettable. Let me begin by recognizing those who lit the path beside and behind us, our brilliant lecturers and academic mentors. Your dedication has gone far beyond textbooks and timetables. You challenged our thinking, nurtured our curiosity, and offered guidance when the road got rough. To our counselors, careers and placement advisors, administrators, IT and library staff, and the ever-supportive ENSA and alumni teams, thank you for being the quiet force behind our wider university experience. And to the unsung heroes of our daily lives, facility staff, security teams, and those who kept us fed and safe. Your presence has meant more than words can express. Let's offer a heartfelt round of applause to all of you for being the very heartbeat of this university community. Now to you, graduates, what a road it has been. You've endured nights that bled into mornings, assessment that wouldn't write itself, and pressures that could have broken you, yet here you are. You stayed the course, rose to every challenge, and carried your dreams through storms. It hasn't been easy, and that's what makes today so meaningful. This moment is yours, earned by courage, sacrifice, and your unwavering belief that you belong here all along. So please, give yourself the loudest applause for your strength, your journey, and the recognition that you deserve. Lastly, our final and perhaps most heartfelt round of applause belongs to your families, friends, and loved ones, including those who couldn't join us here today. Graduates, if you're able, I invite you to stand, turn around, and face the audience. Take a moment to look into the eyes of those who have gathered here to celebrate your success. Their love steadied you, their sacrifices lifted you, and their belief in you helped carry you to this finish line. Your triumph is also theirs. So let's honor them now with the loudest, most joyous applause we can give for walking every single step of the way with you. Thank you, and you can be seated. Before I take my seat, I'd like to leave you with a speech often referred to as the man in the arena, delivered by Theodore Roosevelt in 1910. It has been a guiding reflection for me, and I hope it inspires you as you step forward into your next chapter. And it reads, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doers of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there's no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotion, and who spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at the best, knows in the end the triumph of high achievements, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least, fails while daring greatly. Today, as we celebrate all that you've achieved and all that lies ahead, may you never hesitate, but always choose to step into the arena and continue to dare greatly. Congratulations once again to the class of 2025.
Chancellor, it's my privilege to present Professor Tim Hodgetts for the Honorary Doctorate of Doctor of the University. Today we gather not only to commemorate academic accomplishment and future potential, but to pay tribute to a life already distinguished by extraordinary service, a life defined by fortitude in adversity, innovation in emergency, and leadership anchored in compassion and precision. It is my profound honor to introduce today's honorary graduate, a man whose influence transcends borders and disciplines, whose professional journey has redefined the ethos of service, and whose legacy provides both a blueprint and an inspiration for the next generation of global changemakers. Over the course of more than 3 decades, Major General Professor Tim Hodgetts has embodied the very essence of leadership amid complexity. As a distinguished emergency physician, visionary strategist, and transformational figure across both military and civilian healthcare systems, he has shaped clinical practice on the front lines and influenced policy at the highest echelons of governance. From the military hospital destroyed by terrorists in Belfast in 1991, where he assumed command amid crisis, to the perilous theatres of Afghanistan, Iraq, and Kosovo, Professor Hodgetts has stood at the convergence of danger and duty. He has undertaken 12 operational deployments, led trauma teams under fire, commanded multinational medical units in conflict zones, and served as a helicopter retrieval consultant, delivering critical care to the injured where few dared to reach. Yet battlefield valor is only the prologue to his wider impact. As Surgeon General for the UK Armed Forces and Chair of NATO's medical leadership, he has forged international collaborations, re-imaged care systems, and crafted strategies now endorsed by heads of state. His initiatives have included the reorganization of defence medicine, the development of trauma and suicide registries, and the introduction of life-saving public education tools such as the charity Citizen Aid, whose impact has already been felt here at home. Where others identify problems, Professor Hodgkins delivers solutions. When the British Army faced a surge in cold injury claims, he responded not with analysis alone, but with a decisive innovation, designing and implementing a new clinical system within 3 months, which is projected to save millions annually and prevent avoidable harm. Whether responding to humanitarian emergencies in Ukraine, India, Thailand, or Sweden, he has offered not words but comprehensive strategies, enabling coordinated care, capacity building, and lasting infrastructure. As a scholar, Professor Hodgkins has authored 37 books and more than 100 peer-reviewed articles. He lectures on leadership and innovation to NHS executives and postgraduate students alike. His medical innovations, including the tourniquet and the Burns calculator, are used globally. And remarkably, he relinquishes all royalties and patents as a testament to the lifelong ethos that prioritizes mission over personal accolade. However, his contributions have not gone unrecognized. Appointed Commander of the British Empire in 2009 and elevated to Companion of the Order of the Bath in 2023, he has also served as Honorary Surgeon to both His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. Most recently, he was awarded the 2025 Galen Medal for groundbreaking therapeutic innovation in combat casualty care. From commendations by the United States and Danish military to leadership medals from royal colleges and honorary fellowships at leading universities. This is not merely a decorated career, but a transformative one. Yet what distinguishes Professor Hodgkins is not his formidable curriculum vitae, but in fact his profound humanity. He's a war poet, with verse which has been exhibited alongside his clinical protocols and technological innovations. He's a mentor, an architect of inclusive teams, and a diplomat who bridges not only geographical divides, but ideological ones. In every context, whether on the battlefield or in the boardroom, he has led not for himself, but in the steadfast service to others. So where does he get his grounding from? Well, he's been married to a nurse Mags for 37 years. They met in his first job after he qualified as a doctor in 1986. Their son Jack is a policeman, so here we have a family committed to public service. Graduates, as you embark upon your own journeys, whether in science, medicine, the arts, or public policy, I urge you to draw inspiration from this singular example. A life defined by service, marked by audacity, and uncompromising in its pursuit of excellence. Tim imparts an enduring lesson that in a world fraught with complexity, the true leader is one who brings clarity, who leads with empathy, and who acts with unwavering courage. Chancellor, in recognition of his major contributions to military medicine, public service, and philanthropy, I invite you to confer on Professor Tim Hodgkins the honorary degree of Doctor of the University.
Chancellor, distinguished academics and officers of the university, graduates and families, good morning. It's with great pride and humility that I accept today this honorary doctorate of the university, and I thank Professor Matthew Smith, Jerry, for her kind words to illustrate some of my achievements. So you've heard that in my early career, I was very much focused on innovation to develop new concepts, treatment guidelines and curricula that improved the outcome of individual seriously ill or injured patients. whereas my latter career has been about leading healthcare organisations and sharing leadership experience to encourage and build the next generation. Yes, using healthcare examples, because everyone can empathise with being a patient, but through spreading principles of leadership in crisis and innovation at pace that are transferable to any professional environment. So what can I say to offer a little inspiration to you today? What would be my top 3 leadership tips from someone who has led clinical teams, hospitals, and healthcare systems in disaster, pandemic, conflict, and war? Well, the first tip is to be decisive in uncertainty. People are looking at you for answers, and when time is against you, you must learn to decide even when there is incomplete information. Linked to decisiveness will be your willingness to show moral courage, to challenge what you believe to be wrong in order to do it right. Because if you find yourself in an organisation that is more concerned with doing it the right way than doing the right thing, that's the time for constructive challenge. And if you are prepared to walk past something that is wrong, you will signal that you accept it. The third tip is determination, and it is the most important characteristic, I would say, for successful innovation. There will always be obstruction to change. It might be money, but it's usually people. And you will find that some changes take many months or indeed many years to come to fruition. But I can attest that it's these changes that are the most satisfying. And be reassured, something that is very hard to do is often very hard to undo once it's established. Now, I've been in my share of difficult, even near-death experiences in my career, and you might ask, how do you stay mentally strong? How do you stay resilient for the next challenge? Well, it's partly training, partly experience, and partly in the conflict environment, an acceptance of your own mortality. But as Jerry said, it's also been partly about deep reflection and recording those reflections as poems, whether it's an ethical challenge, a traumatic event, a political frustration, or an absurdity of war. So let me finish by offering you a short new poem that you may all relate to, as it's about visualizing a challenge, whatever that challenge might be in your life, working through it and coming out on top. It's called The Challenge Mountain. I see my challenge mountain, I climb it in my mind. I've abandoned my self-doubt in the base camp behind. I've put on mental crampons, dragged myself on through the ice. My resilience is good enough. My tools will just suffice. When I've conquered insecurity, above the clouds I find my self-belief, enduring hope, and lasting peace of mind. Chancellor, thank you again for this honour. Graduands, congratulations. Have a great day. And good luck in your new careers.
Chancellor, colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm proud to be able to present students from the Business School. Chancellor, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a programme of work entitled Evaluation of the Socio-Cultural Factors Influencing Ghanaian Generation-Wise Attitudes and Purchase Intentions Toward Domestic and Imported Clothing Brands, Oheni Kwabena Domo. Chancellor, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy and for a programme of work entitled Exploring Tourist Revisit Intentions, Drivers and Barriers in Their Decision-Making Process, Hamida Sadat Shahidi. Chancellor for the award of Doctor of Business Administration and for a programme of work entitled Mission, People, Values, Use of a Sequential Mixed Methods Approach to Understand the Role of Charity CEOs, Martin Crew. Chancellor for the award of Bachelor of Arts, Business and Enterprise, winner of the University Award, Joanna Isabella Barton. Ricardo Lewis. Makeva Lightbourne. Omar Shakshuk. Charmaine Joan Sabrina Smith. Cheryl Williams. Eva Woodside Joaquin. Chancellor for the award of Master of Science Global Hospitality Management, Emmanuel Akwa. Modupi Helen Adebisi. Abiodun Peter Aditpoju. Sai Kumar Adipeli. Damilola Agunloye. Islamiyat Ariwo Ola. Sai Ashingari. Edith Eiwa. Anthony Ado Deli. Prince Eche. Masi Edewar. Kahindi Banki Egbemode. Ephraim Eze. Sharoon Shah Firozi. Ranjith Kumar Gurala. Anwar Haq. Isaac Khan Himmel. Kingsley Inyama. Joyal Josie. Albin Joy. Ramya Kamsani. Bilbin Joseph. Winner of the University Award, Tololupi Lanrioni. Damilola Makanjola. Chennai Mashingedzi. Kartik Namburi. Adoronki Nelson Aremo. Chukwudubem Nsionu. Zainab Adiola Oganla. Abusedi Ogunwale. Winner of the University Medal, Olainda Mola Olanriwaju. Oriyomi Olaoni Pekan. Olalekan Omoboye. Faith Onmubalili. Harman Pabla. Pritham Pala. Faiz Ali Shah. Yurav Singh. Onaronke Rachel Solademi. Comfort Adebola Soronke. Blessing Sule. Amal Soni. Mohammed Sayed. Oh, no, sorry. Apologies. Apologies. Jonas Emekwa Ugwu. Apologies. Purnasri Vadapalli. Ankil Varghese. Mohammed Rahim. Chancellor for the Award Master of Science, Intercultural Business Communication, Arsalan Hamid. Hassan Jan. Winner of the University Award, Naveed Khan. Zahur Khan. Abdullah Latif. Sukhvir Kaur. Chancellor for the Award Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Festival and Event Management, Amy Bowen. Rebecca Egan. Scarlett Isla Fairbairn. Keris Jane Fitzgerald. Lauren Jane Flett. Abigail Fraser. Rory Hallam Stewart. Jodie Hambley. Rebecca McTavish. Iwa Katarzyna Miko. Antonia Ogg. Molly O'Hagan. Connor Quinn. Winner of the University Award, Emma Watson-Risk. Morven Rose. Regida Sequeira Kabir. Genevieve Shanks. Elle Stott. Katie Tolmie. Emily Wilson. Georgia Wilson. For the Award Bachelor of Arts, International Festival and Event Management, Amber Megan Bianchi. For the Award Master of Science, International Festival and Event Management, Jan Kong Dong. Nithis Sridevi. Asma Salim. Devika Shibu. Celine Joseph. Thank you. Winner of the University Award, Ryan Benjamin Webster. Olubukola Williams. For the Award Master of Science, International Heritage and Cultural Tourism Management, winner of the University Award, Margherita Biagiotti. Sanjana Umesha. Krishna Venu. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Hospitality Management, Gina Habib. Winner of the University Award, Emma Jade Howlett. Katie Law. Lauren Weller. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Hospitality and Festival and Event Management, Rosemary Larson Anderson. Tiana Beck. James Peter Hughes. Julia Morocco. Emma Macaulay. Agnes Nemeth. Lily Pattinson. Hannah Claire Slavin. Catherine Mary Ann Swift. Winner of the University Award, Bethany Margaret MacArthur Tate. Chancellor for the award Master of Science International Marketing, Rita Isibor. Zumira Sahid. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Tourism and Airline Management, Mirren Cunningham. Winner of the University Award, Madeline Kirby. Morgan Lee Ritchie. Kathleen Villarin. Robin Ward. Lucy Elizabeth Wood. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, International Tourism and Airline Management, Dillian Botev. Segar Gimri. Morgan McKee. Chancellor for the award of Master of Science, International Tourism Destination Management, Abiola Victoria Adeshina. Soam Gandhi. Winner of the University Award, Khalil Johnson. Shiva Kashna. Shushmita Kadka. Ajay Krishnan. Mariam Madaki. For the award Postgraduate Diploma, International Tourism Destination Management, Isaac Duomo. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Tourism Management, Pooja Chowdhury. Rebecca Cardona. Charlotte Cool. Sarah Marks. Eleonora Perdici. Winner of the University Award, Claudio Pigozzo. Chancellor for the award of Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Lara Akins-Mason. Sharon Alau. Sophie Anderson. Akita Asmat. Bradley Banks. Winner of the ENU Law Clinic Prize, Tia Bates. Laura Beveridge. Brianna Black. Abby Caitlin Megan Boyd. Emily Brooks. Finley Brown. Neil Canavan. Caitlin Carter. Chloe Cartledge. Helena Christiansen. Susanna de Meza Dixon. Shelley Dixon. Winner of the Law Student Experience Prize, Marco Allen Cunningham Douglas. Taylor Fairgrieve. Amara Farouk. Winner of the University Award, winner of the LLB Class Prize, Janine Fingal-Rock. Hannah Finlayson. Ailey Margaret Ruth Garden. Harry Lewis Mitchell Goddard. Rachel Gray. Amna Hanif. Erin Donna Harris. Abby Hawkins. Thomas Heath. Winner of the Legal Case Studies Prize, Tristan Hennessy. Julie Hogg. Shabnam Hussain. Soa Iqbal. Kate Jardin. Alicia Jarrett. Morgan Jeffrey. Alyssa Alex Taylor-Joss. Madhav Kapoor. Vaclav Kunovsky. Kira Yasmin Laidlaw. Matthew Laidlaw. Anna Lakomska. Caitlin Sylvia Langlands. Winner of the Law Student Experience Prize, Laura McGregor. Kaina Mary Malcolmson. Mia Markey. Winner of the University Award, winner of the LLB Class Prize, Kadian Mason. Emma May McCafferty. Molly Elaine Dorothy McEwen. Neve Elizabeth McGarrican. Sophie Taylor McGuinness. Jade McLean. Shanley Ann McLean, Natalie McMail, Samantha McPhillips, Amy Skye Merrin, Beth Milligan, Claire Nicholson, Deborah Nyoni, Ashley Oliver, Kaylee Pentland, Amy Pirrett, Caitlin Ann Rayburn, Aliyah Rafiq, Aman Rashid, Beth Riva, Molly J. Robertson, Yasmin Jane Robertson, Julia Rogowska, Anna Russell, Duncan Alexander Ryrie Curry, Mario Serrano de Miguel, Neve Shirley, Amanda Silenitsa, Martina Spazinska, Ella Turner, Emma Elizabeth Irwin, Marcus Brian James Weir, Kieran David Kirk White, winner of the LLB Dissertation Prize, Andrew Scott Wilson, Eloise Wolfe, Elvira Whitchlow, Chancellor for the Award of Bachelor of Laws, winner of the University Award, winner of the LLB Graduate Prize, Lauren Joyce Evans-Bikos. And Yasmin Mohammed. Tara Brown. Chancellor for the Award of Master of Science Marketing, Omalola Ajibade. Latifat Arugundadi. Atia Batul. Jianqing Chen. Harpreet Singh. Kalidasan Madatil, winner of the University Award, Chloe McNaught. Simon Amin Ode. Esther Ogbomo. Ifeolua Osho. Angelica Petherick. Hatoy Ra. Xanthia Alexandria Singh. Pho Nagon Tant. Chancellor for the Award Postgraduate Diploma Marketing, Catherine Okoro Omaka. For the Award Bachelor of Arts with Honours Marketing Management, Georgia Helen Ball. Corey James Brunton. Holly Canning. Kira Cahoon. Winner of the University Award, Dean Craddock. Stuart Dick. Brodie Ferguson. Clara Fredrickson. Aiza Javed. Reeve Kilcullen. Shawnee Kitching. Ellie Margaret Miller. Ryan Murphy. Abby Catherine Ostroznik. James Sebastian John Oswald. Aliyah Kadir. Shauna Snadden. Aidan Sturrock. Neve Watt. Louise Williamson. Noradine Yaya. For the award of Bachelor of Arts Marketing Management, Jack Primrose. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Marketing with Digital Media, Abigail Clark. Winner of the University Award, Shannon Crichton. Scott McCady. Ellie Mitchell. Lewis Mitchell. Lizette Morwood. Mohammed Sheikh. Amy Wanan. Ty Wood. Chancellor for the award of Master of Science, Marketing with Digital Strategy, Tanu Advani. Xu Wing Chan. Winner of the University Award, Kirstine Doris Bennett Cowling. Thank you. Mohammed Irfan Khan. Yat Young Kwan. Maria Mazarenko. Christian Ogo. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma Marketing with Digital Strategy, Mohammed Irfan. For the award Master of Science Marketing with Festival and Event Management, Ajibola Amusa. Barry William Law. Ayas Sanmi. Winner of the University Award, Christy Grace Tukalo. Mohit Kumar. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of students from the Business School. Thank you.
Now, it's not over yet. One of the things we have to do now is actually turn you into graduates, because you're not graduates yet, with the act of conferment. So I would like to invite all the graduates who are able to stand to please stand. By the powers vested in me, by the University Court and the Academic Board of Edinburgh Napier University, I confer the awards for which we've been presented today. For those eligible for an award but unable to attend today's ceremony, I am pleased to confer those awards in absentia. Many congratulations to all of you. You are now all graduates. Please be seated for Professor Sue Rigby. Thank you.
So as Vice-Chancellor and Principal of the University, I just want to add my profound congratulations on your achievements today. We are so proud of you, our graduating students, and all that you've accomplished during your studies. We know how hard it's been, and we've had the delight of seeing you grow through that challenge. Your relatives and supporters are here in the hall, and they are also so very proud of you. And I say that on their behalf, having been there myself several times over the last few years. They're also hot, a bit bored, and slightly emotional, but they won't tell you that when you see them next. They'll just say you were brilliant crossing the stage, which you were. They've stood beside you while you found your feet again and again, and they've shared your achievements and worried when they were hard won. You are lucky to have them, as they are very lucky to have you. Edinburgh Napier is unique and truly comprised of difference makers. Staff are passionately committed to the university, and they understand that this is a community, not a location or a history. They're world leaders in their disciplines, but value the opportunity to teach and to support learning above all else. They're bound together by passion and by an unswerving moral compass. Their driving purpose is to reduce inequality and to improve lives through their research and teaching. They are doers as well as thinkers. They are the stroppy, knackered, argumentative, and brilliant heart of this institution, and I'd like on your behalf to thank them now for their endeavours in getting you to this place. Thank you, folks. A university qualification is a unique challenge. It requires you to step up from learning to questioning, questioning to challenging, and from challenging to deepening and enriching the subject area that you have chosen. In doing so, it takes you into a profound space where you realise that most of the things that you think you are certain about are actually contingent, contextual, and just generally a bit shiggly. Your peak certainty about the world probably came in the weeks after you got your school exam results and before you arrived at university. But your peak ability to deal with that uncertainty, to deal with a contingent, contested, and challenging world is still rising, and you now have the essential tools to thrive in that world. We look up to the intellectual giants for challenging things we once believed to be true. Darwin showed us that creatures were not created, but evolved in response to the environments their ancestors encountered. As a fellow biologist Thomas Huxley reflected when he fully understood the central idea of Darwin's on the origin of species, how extremely stupid not to have thought of that before. Newton explained to us how gravity works, but over 200 years later, it was Einstein who showed us that there are better descriptions of gravity at certain scales of mass and time. An easy mistake to make is to think that once a correction has been made, we have arrived at an absolute truth. Neither Darwin nor Einstein thought that, and it's plainly ridiculous. That's why science, for example, is never verified. It simply hasn't yet been disproved. Any field of study, not just the sciences, has perfect rear vision, but limited foresight. As graduates, you are at ease with that paradox and able to articulate and navigate it. That is your superpower. A key risk with learning is that it turns inward and becomes an end in itself. At Edinburgh Napier, we understand this. To paraphrase the poet Rudyard Kipling, we think, but don't make thoughts our aim. In this, we hold a true line from John Napier, after whom the university is named. Napier was a wealthy Scot in the times of James VI and I, over 400 years ago. From his home in Merchiston, he designed a system, natural logarithms, that dramatically simplified the challenge of calculation. Napier's bones, a set of simple calculating rods, can make a claim to be the forerunner of modern computers. His achievements embody the Napier spirit and purpose, something that has underpinned the study that you have undertaken over the last few years. We seek to learn so that we can make positive and practical changes to the world around us. You will carry that attribute through your lives, and your impact will be significant because of it. The world into which you graduate is uncertain, challenging, fragile, and full of wonder. You will need to take a stand against the simplification and polarization of nuanced arguments. Resist any pressure to reduce complicated issues to black and white thinking. You will need to believe in the practical application of learning to solve problems. You will need to be bold and resilient. You will need to hold on to the glory and wonder of a world full of music, discovery, community, and the healing power of compassionate humanity. You are not alone. There are nearly 190,000 graduates of Edinburgh Napier living all over the world. They are your network and support, and our brilliant alumni team can help you to be part of that community and to benefit from it. In addition, the university is here for you, whether that's in an ongoing career support, a quick reference, or just an email to ask for help or advice. You matter to us, and your life journey is part of our identity. Whether you like it or not, you are family now. As Napier graduates, I have no fear for your future. I know that you will accomplish all of these challenges with apparent ease and humour. People will rely on you. You will help. And in doing so, you will change the world. And that is perhaps the burden of a degree, of having spent so much time learning to engage with the world, with courage and with nuance. You are a player, not a spectator, and much is expected of you. Trust your abilities and skills, and you will go far. Congratulations once again, graduates. Well done.
Well, now we're on the home straight. Days like today remind me why I became Chancellor of Edinburgh Napier University. I love learning. And you should never stop learning because you never know where life is going to take you. There's an old adage that knowledge is power, and therefore education is the fuel of that power. One of my responsibilities as Chancellor, I believe, is to bring the outside world into the university and into graduation. And it would be dishonest of me not to acknowledge the situation we see in the world today. And some of you might be worried. There are huge challenges out there. What is happening in the world economy? The tragedy happening in Ukraine and the Middle East, the climate crisis and an overheating world. But with the exception of the climate, we have been through much of this before. I remember similar turbulent times in the 1970s, the Middle East oil crisis, rampant inflation, war, culminating in the Russian invasion of Afghanistan, which I witnessed personally. History has a habit of repeating itself. But like then, the key thing is that we can learn from it. But we only learn if we choose to. By being graduates who choose to continue learning, you'll put yourself ahead of those that don't, those who will repeat the mistakes of the past. Because no matter how worrying the world might look, there are always opportunities out there to do better. There are always ways to improve it. And I believe passionately that you will find your way of being part of that change and making that difference. I mentioned earlier to you the value of your Edinburgh Napier University degree, the weight it carries, the respect it invites, and it will be key to getting a job. And when it comes to jobs, I think it's important that you all get out there and find one. That might seem like an obvious thing to say, but I'll explain what I mean. I've mentored a lot of young people in my time, and I tell them, get out there and do something after university, because as long as you are doing something, then you can be learning. And through that very learning, you will get closer all the time of where you want to be. Many young people I see now are entering workplaces having been and done something else for 3 or 4 years. And they will have learned. They've learned about processes, about working with people, about businesses or institutions. And many of you will have already completed some sort of work experience during this course you've been doing, or you'll work part-time to support yourself in Edinburgh. No matter what you've done, at whatever level, in whatever sector, don't underestimate the importance of it. For you too will have learned something, and as you move through life, you'll keep drawing on these early experiences. And just as life and technology that supports us becomes more complex and multifaceted, we must do the same. We need to be more polymathic these days. We need to understand as many subjects as possible, how they are linked together, and how we can use our knowledge to solve problems and make progress. That is how we humans will maintain our edge over AI and the robots that some predict will inherit our Earth. It's what Edinburgh Napier has taught you to do well, how to make that very difference. And as you tread many paths in your career, please don't be afraid to make any first step, even if it's not immediately starting the dream job or even the favored industry. I started out as a junior helicopter search and rescue crew in the dark and cold North Sea and ended up working alongside Sir Richard Branson at Virgin. And my career would not have been what it was if I hadn't learned from every single experience. You will often end up in the place of your dreams through that very process. I'm 65 years old now, and I wake up every morning ready to learn. I devour the news. I want to learn about the issues of the day and how I can put them into some practical use in the businesses or the institutions or the government projects I'm involved in. And you know what? That kind of learning is fun because you don't have to do an exam anymore. So as you leave the hall today for some well-deserved celebration, reflect on your success, what you've achieved, because graduating is a huge achievement. But tomorrow, wake up. Just do this with me. Just learn one new fact about the world. Today is the stepping stone to that future success, and walk forward with confidence today and tomorrow. Congratulations once again to one and all of you. I now declare this graduation ceremony closed. Please be upstanding for the academic procession. Thank you.